So one of you Honey Pi submitted a really good question about smoke. So I thought I'd talk about that for a minute. So one of the reasons we smoke the bees is to keep them calm. And the way that I understand that happens is when the bees smell, they receive a chemical from the smoke. The smoke, little particles actually coat their antenna with little smoke particles, and it prevents them from getting a signal from other bees, because one of the defense mechanisms bees have is to alert other bees to danger by sending out a signal, and that signal is just kind of cut off when we give them a little bit of smoke. So the smoke doesn't harm them. It's a cool smoke, so even though it comes from fire, it's not really hot so that they so they get burned or anything by it. It just kind of calms them down because they don't receive chemicals from other bees that there's something happening, some danger involved. So that's basically the reason we smoke them, just to kind of keep them calm so they don't get nervous and wind up stinging me, because what happens when they sting is, they pull their stinger out and they eventually wind up dying because of it. So we don't want that. So that's the reason that we smoke them. I'm gonna put my gloves on and get ready for the little smoke. Today I just wanted to kind of get into the hive and see what we can see as far as how they're doing, progressing on building the comb, taking care of the young, and that kind of thing. So you can see, hopefully you see that as soon as they see the smoke or smell the smoke, they go right down. Oh, they're loving that bee food we made for them. So that's the pollen patty that you see there. A lot of moisture there. That's a little concerning. Bees don't like wet, so I gotta figure that out. All right, see how calm they are? And that's partly due because they're Italian bees and they're generally calm type bee, and also the smoke kind of helps them out with that. All right, so these frames here, this kind of tannish one and the 4 darker ones in the middle were the ones that were part of the brand new nucleus of bees, and these 2 on the outside here and these 3 outside here are all brand new frames that I installed just last Friday. So what I want to do is take these out and see what we can see. I guess first I should take off the pollen patty, which might not make them happy, so I may have to give them a little bit more smoke in a second. Go ahead down there, bees. And generally when they smell the smoke and they're on the top of the hive like that, they'll kind of rush into the center of the hive as like a protection. All right, so let's see what we got here. This outside frame, you can see what the bees are doing here is something called festooning. They're kind of hanging on each other so they can start building some comb. I don't see them building anything right now, but that's probably what's happening. Just going to put that to the side there carefully so I don't knock any of them off. Now here is a brand new frame installed just about 4 days ago. 3 days. On this first frame here, there's new comb, and then they're building some drone comb as well down on that side. This frame came to me from the bee producer. So this is part of the original frame filled with bees. You can see There's some honey. There's some pollen. Just a little bit of pollen though, not a ton on that side. On this side, it's a little too rough there. Lots of honey or nectar, nectar for sure. And again, just a little bit of pollen. I'm gonna keep this frame out as well to give me plenty of room to work. This next frame over here, I would expect to see a little bit of, it needs more smoke, I think. Nice and calm. Stay nice and calm, bees. There we go. So I see more nectar, a little bit of pollen. You can see a little yellow in there. These cells right in there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can see yellow in there. That's definitely pollen. Then over here, just more pollen down at the bottom. Looking in the cells in the middle for any eggs or larvae, and I do not see any. That's okay. Frame here, I see larvae. You can see these things here in the middle here. As they move out of the way, little white. Those are baby bees. Little kind of white substances at the bottom of each cell. Not each cell, but a lot of the cells have them. So that's good news. And then I'm also looking for any eggs, which those are going to be too small to show up on. Wow, that is a lot of bees. But you can see they're getting a little bit aggravated now, so I'm going to smoke them a little bit more. And then quickly look at the other side. It's a little cool out, so they don't like being exposed to the elements for that long. All right. And I just want to see on this frame here how they did with building some comb. Now that was a empty frame Friday. A lot of drone cells, really large cells. It's all really large cells. So, not sure about that, but that's what they're doing. Bees will do what they want to do. And they're just getting started on that one. Okay. Also, there's probably 3 different kinds of bees in here. Most of them are girls. There's a few boys. This time of year, probably not many. But the boys are larger, and those are called drones. But most of these are girls. And then in this whole hive is one queen. And she's the bee responsible for laying the eggs and keeping the hive healthy. She does a lot of the work as far as keeping the hive healthy. And then there's some worker bees. Most of them are worker bees, and they're all the girls. And some of the worker bees go out and forage. They go out for the food and bring it back, like the pollen video I shared earlier. Some of them go out and they look just for the nectar from the flowers. And some of them are what we would call nurse bees. They just kind of take care of those the young bees. But like I said, most of them are girls. There's a few boys, and then of the girls there's a couple different jobs. The foragers, the ones that go out for food. The nurse bees, the ones that take care of the young. And then the queen. You always want to put them back in the same spot that they were. Alright. And I'm going to close that up. Put this pollen patty back on. So I'm going to smoke it down a bit again. Just on this side. Go ahead. Smoke helps it get out of the way. Like I said, the smoke particles get caught on their antenna. They calm down. They're less likely to get aggravated with me. And it will allow me to put the pollen patty where I want it to go. There we go. You can see they've chewed on that pretty good. And I'm also going to put the liquid food back on. It reminds me I'm going to have to make some more of that for tonight. Running low, that's for sure. I wish I had my brush. I'll just use this. Go ahead. Go ahead.